Good afternoon, East Texas Cigar Tribe. I want to start by giving a little apology. Got a little background noise working. No more than usual. Usually we got cars and stuff, so I set up in the shop because I've got another project working, as usual. So got a little fan action working because it's 90 degrees in Texas on this bright Saturday afternoon. Gonna smoke a little cigar while I'm doing business. I'm gonna smoke a Ave Maria, the Ave Maria Barbosa, Habano wrapper, long, thick Nicaraguan long filler on the inside. I'm really enjoying this V cutter. And I'm really enjoying my Masonic lighter with my little dual torch head insert. Zippo approved. Nice. I really like a Habano wrapper. So, hope everybody's week is going good. Or went well. Kind of finishing up. Going to do a little riding tomorrow, probably a little off-road riding. But working on a couple little projects today, so I thought I'd sit down and smoke a cigar. Had an interesting thing happen today. I went to a couple of humidors. Had to go get a Aggie ring for my bride who lost hers after having it for 28 years. She lost it, took it off at a nail salon while she was getting her nails, and when she got back up and left, it was mysteriously, when she turned around to come back to the table, mysteriously it had disappeared. And mysteriously, I was pretty pissed. But, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to go accuse somebody of something? Who knows? It is what it is. So go down the road. So long and short of it, ran over and went to a humidor called the Cavalier, whatever, spelt like Cavalier. It's on University Ave in College Station, Texas. Real nice place. Great little humidor. Has a lounge as well. You know, they're a little bit on COVID lockdown, no question. So you came in, the owner was there, and funny as happenstance would have it, the kid is from Lufkin, Texas, the kid that owns it. I say he's a kid. He's probably, 35 years old. He's a kid to me. So, but he's a nice man anyways. We chatted. Found out he's from Lufkin. We talked about that a little bit. So he bought or leased a space and opened a humidor. It's a good little humidor. Wound up buying a few sticks from him. I'll post those up on Facebook. Bought one of Steve Saka's stick that he had sitting over there that was 3 years aged already in his humidor. Got a Liga Privada, and I got a birthday cake from Viaje, V-I-A-J-A-E-E-A. I'll figure that out. I think it's Viaje, but it's a birthday stick. They make a special blend once a year. So nonetheless, got those 3 sticks. But that is not the interesting part. So I'm going to post up a picture here in just a second, which you're going to see come up. I stopped at a really, really beautiful discount tobacco building that looked brand new. I walked in, and man, great big facility, also sold beer and stuff and other tobacco products. And lo and behold, I look in the back and went, wow, look at that big walk-in humidor in Madisonville, Texas. Who knew? I walked back there and started looking through their sticks. And way up in the corner, I look up. I'm like, wow, what is that? That's a great looking cigar. What is that? What is that? I dig in. I think I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. So, COVID unfriendly, I reached up and grabbed the whole box. And I pulled them down. And I went, holy shit. They've got a full box of something that's ate fully smooth up with Beetles. I looked at, took some pictures. I'm going to post them up here on this so you guys can see them. But, dude, sitting in these people's humidor, nice enough humidor, you know, not super high-end stuff, but they had some good sticks. They had plenty of good sticks. Plenty, you know, probably $12 is the top of the heap. And they didn't have a bunch of those, but nonetheless, very tobacco barn-ish. And I'm going to tell you right now, a whole box full of tobacco beetles. It was ugly. It was really ugly. So, you know, moral of that story, the moral of that story is, man, try to go to you got to support all businesses. And, you know, I get that you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But the truth is, man, you know, somebody that really takes pride in their humidor and their business is really, well, most people do. So, you know, I think this is the oddball out. But, you know, if you go to places that don't really specialize in high-end cigars, but they've got some, they may not know what they're doing. And if they've had them for a while, you know, you just no telling what you're going to get. So you better go in, better buyer beware. You better, I hate to say it right now with COVID, but you need to feel the stick. You need to look around. I always go in and I look for a humidification system, see if they've got a RH meter, and I go look at it. If it says 80 on it, 80 RH, 80 relative humidity, then I know right away, man, I'm going to be looking for mold. I want to tell you, man, this is Texas. If you don't keep your sticks air conditioned and keep the humidity right, dude, you're gonna have 80. I'm sitting in my shop and I bet it's 80, 82 RH right here, you know, ambient. Dude, it's so thick and so sweltering hot, I could probably scoop a cup of water right out of the air. So it's important, man. Just do your due diligence if you're not at a place that's a really nice humidor. Like, you know, like the kid in College Station, like Cavalier. Nice. You know, guy appreciates a good cigar. He is a craftsman with it. He is in the culture. He loves the sticks just like we do. Man, they take pride in them. But these other places, I'm not going to call them shady. But you got somebody that doesn't even smoke, doesn't know cigars. They're ordering them because that's what, you know, some rep says sells. And they don't really know how to take care of them. I promise you that those folks, you know, they're not intentionally trying to send Beetles home with people, but it is what it is, man. They don't know shit from Shinola. So you just got to know that it's buyer beware at some of these little fly-by-night places. You know, when I buy a stick from them, yeah, absolutely. If I needed one, I want to throw it in my saddlebag. If I'm out on a ride, I'm going to buy them. I'm going to smoke them, but I'm probably not bringing them home if I'm not real sure and sticking them with all my other sticks that I'm collecting in my humidor. You know, just food for thought. I'm not bashing anybody, but the truth is, somebody should have caught that. You know, that ain't good, man. That's just not good. So I'm gonna do a little side note right now. So I got a little blue healer over here, and let's put her on camera. Let's see if I can capture her on this other camera. So I got this little blue healer over here, and you know, we've got bikes. I think you guys have seen our shop before. We got a couple of projects, and she had that, whatever it is, half of a brush that she has, throwing it straight up in the air. And I'm going to tell you, it's just a matter of time before it comes down and dents one of those bikes. And she better be lucky that I love her. Goofy dog. So long and short of it, just be careful, man. If you go to a humidor, you know, look around, pay attention. You know, I go through, I'll look for any oddball sticks that I haven't seen, because that's what I'm going to. I'm going to find a cool new smoke. You know, I didn't buy a bunch of cigars today, but I bought 3 from that one kid in College Station, because you know what? Great humidor, had a pretty good selection, Walked through and looked. And, frankly, that birthday stick, birthday cake, whatever it was called, it's not a flavored stick. It's just, once a year they make some kind of oddball deal. Thought it was cool, so I bought it. But I thought I'd stop at that other one, and I looked around. I was pretty excited. Thought maybe I'd find a deal, and guess what? I found a deal all right. So just look around, especially if it's, I don't want to call it shady because this place wasn't necessarily shady. But if it's not somebody that has somebody that covets their stock, that is totally into cigars, that is just, it's their baby, just like we are. You don't have somebody like that. They're trying to do you a service. They're trying to give you, good quality, good cigars. They're trying to get a selection. But the fact is, if we're keeping it real, man, they don't know shit from Shinola. They don't know what they're doing. So, and unfortunately in this case, it could cost somebody that buys the box over, because where they go. I looked in the box. I didn't see any Beetles. Well, obviously they're tore up, and these pictures obviously show that they're tore up. But the Beetles went somewhere, so they probably went home with somebody in some other cigar once they got done eating on that box. So you guys be careful. It'll screw your life up when it comes to your stash of cigars. So what do we got working today? Well, let's see. Doing a little gun cleaning again. So somebody said, hey, reason I'm even doing this, somebody said, hey, man, what's up with that CZ75? Because frankly, there's sections of the country where everybody loves CZs. Because, dude, they're the bomb. There's custom shops around. There's some custom shop pistols already made. There's a place over in Louisiana in Monroe or West Monroe, somewhere up there. And frankly, dude, they do some serious custom work. Matter of fact, in that CZ that I've got one of their triggers in it and some other gadgets inside that smooths it out. It's amazing. Cajun Gunworks. But down here where I live, most people aren't CZ fans. Everybody wants a 1911. And I like 1911s. This is one that I've got. It's a trusty Springfield. This is an elite. It's kind of a target pistol, but I've got, 3 or 4 of these different variants, a couple of combat style pistols. And I got a range officer that's stainless that I tote around because I can go to the deer lease with it. I can go walk around if it gets all sweaty and nasty. Dude, and I'm out there for 3 or 4 days. I'm not stressing over coming home and cleaning it right away. So all my Marine buddies out there, you got to clean it every time you touch it. Dude, those days are over. So, Springfield Ultra in 45, as you can see down the barrel. So, long and short of it, a lot of people around here love them. And, dude, I love them. I love shooting them. But almost everybody... Let's check this dude. Once again, no magazine, nothing in the well. This one's actually got a port that you can see if there's a round in it. So this one's what most people are going to carry, either a Glock. This is actually an M&P Pro, so it's not your standard M&P. It's 9mm. It's a Pro, and it's got I think I put an Apex barrel in it when I got it. Let's see. I think I put an Apex barrel and an Apex trigger and an Apex some other Apex parts. Yeah, it's got an Apex. So this was actually wasn't the drop in, it was the fitted barrel, so it shoots really well. The barrel that came in it. So a big part of a gun is a big part of accuracy with most guns is the crown. So the crown of the barrel, when the bullet comes out, all the gases explode evenly. So if you've got a little nick or you got a crown that's not cut right, then you could have gas come out here first before this goes out. So what happens is, as a projectile's going out, it's almost like having a side thruster that thrusts the bullet out and away. So a crown, when the bullet exits, the gas that's behind it, coming down the barrel behind it, it actually explodes evenly. So that's a big part, especially with rifle shooting. but as well with pistol shooting. And the stock barrel, the Crown, was all Jimmy jacked, and it just was never going to shoot. But it shot within the specs that Smith & Wesson said it shot. So guess what? They weren't going to do anything about it. So guess who fitted a barrel for it? Daddy did. And an Apex trigger. So this is striker fire. So we'll start here. So striker fire is real simple. So there's tucked in behind this little plate, there's a firing striker, a striker pin, a firing pin, and basically all you're doing is you've got a striker that's releasing and hitting the center of the primer, and that's it. So you pull it and it fires. As the barrel goes back, it resets the trigger. You can barely release it. It resets, and you can fire it again. So as you can see on this pistol, I'm going to fire it this way with my thumb. So as I shoot it, you don't have to release it much. You don't have to go all the way back out, and you can fire it again. So you can release it all the way, but this has got a little safety. It's got a little safety on the trigger so that you can't fire the trigger. You can't fire it. Let's see if I can get you where you can see that. You can't fire it without that pulled. If that's pulled, then it'll fire. So, it does have a safety. It's got a block that if you drop it so the striker doesn't hit. So it's a safe pistol. I think in the early years there was some evidence that there were some striker fired pistols that fell and went off, but I think those days are numbered. And I think people think that might have been bogus anyways. It's a good cigar, but I got a little odd spot happening right here. A little odd spot. Shouldn't be a big deal. I'm going to smoke right through it. Nice and sweet. Got that natural sweetness. So, when we talked about that CZ, we talked about the half-cock safety, and we talked about this one doesn't have a safety. It's got a decocker. We talked about decocking with the strong finger that I couldn't do the other day, but long and short of it, somebody said, well, aren't you upset that it doesn't have a safety? Aren't you fearful for your life for carrying it? No, dude, not at all. First off, I carry it half-cock just because. I think it's safer that way. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I think there's pretty good evidence that if you were carrying it fully dropped, I'm not sure if there's a block or not. So, I don't know if you dropped it, if it had set it off or not. And truthfully, I don't care because I'm careful, and I carry it half cock, and I'm not going to drop it. When you drop it with the decocker, it drops it to the half cock. So that's where I'm going to carry it. So the question was, man, are you scared that it's, there's no safety? You need a safety device. Dude, it's got a safety device. It's called right here. It's called, if I get in trouble, if I can get out of there, I'm splitting. Dude, I ain't getting in a gun battle. I'm leaving. But if I have a situation where I have to take care of somebody, or if I have to take care of myself, guess what? I like having that long pole. I don't want it sitting right here on the edge, man, so it's ready to go off. Guess what? That means you've never shot in a stressful situation. Dude, lots of rounds have been sent down range in a stressful situation because the trigger finger was on the trigger before it needed to be. And, dude, there's not much there. One little bobble and it's going down the road. I would much rather have to go. Much rather. That gives me time to back off. Oh, something's happening. And it's still... when you're pulling it through, dude, this takes no time. I like a double action. It's a lot like the first draw. Well, it is on a double action revolver. You know what? It's way safe. It's pretty heavy, and it's safe. From then on, then baby, it's on. But guess what? First round's already downrange. We're engaged. So the other one, so this is everybody's favorite, as a 1911 variation. So this is 1911, is a single action only. So when you pull the trigger, let's see if we can. This one's got a stock trigger. You know what? I thought I had it in. There you go. So it's got a stock trigger. Got a little bit of creep right there, but once it's up against it, dude, it doesn't take much. So it's single action. So most people carry it locked and cocked with a safety on. So it's got a couple of safeties. It's got manual safety. It's got this has to be pushed all the way down, which can be an issue. Some people have problems with it. And it's also got, if you push it, it's not going to fire unless it's at full lock. So, and it's got the half cock. It's got a half cock just like the other pistol. So most people carry this either with one in the pipe or with locked and cocked. But even locked and cocked, if you accidentally pull the trigger, it ain't going to go off until you release the grip. That's why it's got that little knot here, so that you make sure, because some people get their grip all jacked up. If you get your grip all jacked up, or you're moving and your grip's not good, or your grip's way too high, it's not going to go off. It looks like it should go off right now. Safety's off, it should go off, but it's not. My grip's all high, all jacked up. It's got to be compressing that palm safety for it to go off. But this is the pistol everybody likes. You know what? It's a great pistol. It's one of the best pistols ever. If you have a semi-automatic pistol, this is where it all started, with a 1911, really, arguably. John Browning, the designer of this pistol. So, long and short of it, there you have it. That's my 3 pistols of choice. I think I just let my cigar burn out. Almost. So that's the deal, man. So long and short of it, for this episode, go out, buy cigars, shop local, and go to reputable humidors. Go to cigar lounges, go hang out, go talk to folks, go learn things. At the end of the day, that's how you figure out what you really like. And the truth is, I got a pretty good idea of what wraps I like and what kind of cigars I like and when I like them. Yeah, but just when I think I got it figured out, I'm not going to smoke a shade cigar. Dude, really? Just when I think I'm that guy, I find a shade that I really like. And next thing I know, I'm stuck on it. And I'm looking for other shades. And then next thing I know, I'm smoking only Maduros. But, I get where I want something different. So I'm all over the board. I got a lot of different cigars in my humidor, and I like it that way. So there you have it, and there it is. So folks, peace out. Take it easy. I'll post up those pictures, and y'all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Hey, by the way, baby, subscribe. See y'all on the flip side.